There's a buzz, you know. You need to have eyes in the back of your head, you know. You're keeping nicks for everything. Your heart's going, you know. You're aware. Your senses are heightened. You can hear a pin drop, you know. You can. Sometimes it's deadly. You can be really calm in a real intense situation, I suppose. Like, you know, once you start painting, you just switch off. I suppose it's an addiction. When we used to play in a band, we used to design the name of the band and stuff for posters and make posters like when we were pretty young, like. So that kind of progressed into looking at letters and more, you know, and like figuring out that, you know, you can go out and paint these letters and, you know, massive, bigger than yourself. So it kind of went from there, really. Like it kind of just developed more and more, and between a bunch of us we kind of started bouncing ideas and coming up with tags and, you know, and taking it from there. Yeah, everyone would have a tag. I suppose the whole thing is it's getting your name up in as many places as possible. So
spider.
I write Omen. It's short for ominous. So ominous is a bit of a long one to write, so I write Omen. I suppose, yeah, self-promotion in a way. Like, if you know, people see it and recognise your stuff in other cities, that's a bonus. Like, I always like going to the other cities and noticing people I know, you know. It's just like, oh, I was here. Foes is, I suppose, a collective of writers from all parts of the world. Like a couple of us in Dublin that were in different crews, and just from hanging out and painting with each other, we kind of decided to come up with a collective crew that we could all represent. One of the guys, he was a French guy, used to write Phobie. He was in the city at the time, so it kind of just formed into, I suppose, Foes, you know. Well, if you've a canvas hanging in your house, I suppose you could call that art. If it's on the street, on someone's property or whatever, you could categorize it as vandalism, like. But, you know, that's the simple way of looking at it. Like, it's just crossed over loads of barriers these days, like, you know what I mean? It's not just one thing, you know? So I suppose it's branched out. Graffiti has kind of like moved into the art world and kind of found itself in galleries and huge public displays, like. So I suppose it's becoming more accepted. Don't run out on me. What do you get out of it? You just get a photograph, and that's kind of your documentation. You kind of, you've done it. That's it. You can put it to bed. Just the satisfaction in having another piece in the bag. What would I think of people who think of graffiti as vandalism? It's their opinion, really. Like, you know, it's whatever floats their boat. If they're not into it, they're not into it. Sorry.
Pretty nice. I like some of it. I like it when it's done in the right places.
This particular type of graffiti would be vandalism.
In general, it's cool, you know.
People who are drawing full landscapes, you know, it's really artistic.
In all honesty, there should be a segregated area for people to express themselves.
I wouldn't be good enough to be in Foes. I'd love to, maybe someday.